Following the fallout of the so-called Green New Deal's unveiling late last week, we've seen a new defense of their support from multiple Democratic presidential candidates, and it goes something like this. If we could land a man on the moon, then we can do this. It's an interesting comparison, but there's just one small problem. That dream of going to the moon came with a price tag that didn't bankrupt our country. The dream of the Green New Deal would, and let's get into the math. Let's start with this whole going to the moon thing. The entire Apollo program cost $25.4 billion back in 1973 money. In today's money, that's about $152 billion. Now let's consider Trump's budget proposal for 2019 came in at an estimated $4.4 trillion. That means going to the moon cost just over 3.5% of the budget. The percentage of budget in 1973 was 10.3%, again, for the entire program's history. What does this new program cost? According to PhD economist Noah Smith, it would be $6.6 trillion a year, and that's just the doable math. Not in 10 years, that's $6.6 trillion every single year for a decade. You see the problem there? $6.6 trillion is more than the entire budget of the US government. But what really matters is what the government can take in tax revenue. That brings us to the biggest issue at hand. The US government took in just $3.3 trillion in revenue last year. Yes, that's right. If you're doing the math at home, the government has to find a way to double its revenue intake just to pay for 1 year of this insane dream. Then there's the hidden long-term cost of everything. As I mentioned late last week, we're still paying for the original New Deal, and that's got us $50 trillion in debt. Based on the initial math alone, there's just no way this doesn't take our society from superpower to super poor. This has been By the Numbers. I'm Andrew Coppins, and you can follow me on Twitter at The Coppins Show.